Let's get nuts. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show. It is hump day. It is Wednesday. Hopefully you guys had a good day. Let's talk some nerdy stuff. And it is Wine Wednesday, guys. So, of course, poured a little wine, a little vino. So, cheers. Always good, always good. But you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that like, thumbs up, share. Sharing is caring. If you want to do that. And if you want to become a member, of course, to the channel, we do a members-only stream after every Wednesday show. So we'll do one after this. Always good times talking to the family. How we doing out there? Let's see. Who do we got here? All right, we got some people rolling in. Oh, boy. The corn guy is here. I hear his horn. What's going on, Shano? Good to see you. We got Mama Film Junkee here. Always good to see you, Mom. Love you. Hello there, Music Man. What's happening? Talladega plays. I always want to say nights because of Talladega. I don't know why. Talladega plays. That's the way I should say it, right? Anyways, always have problems with that. I don't know why. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. We got James Noel right here. What is happening? What's going on, Lane? Of course, Lane is the one that's rocking that guitar right there, so that's good. We got Mr. Eric. What's up, buddy? Gotta love it. And then, of course, we have Mr. Chris Balger right here. The set photos leaking. It looks like we will be getting the blurry cast leaks, which will lead to crazy fan debates. I can't wait. I see you actually laughing very, like, that was an evil laugh. I mean, I didn't mean to make you sound like Dracula. But, you know, it just sounded kind of evil. But, you know, it's always fun, you know, when you have speculations, all this kind of stuff. And then, of course, naturally, you know, bring people on the vodka stream, and we have more discussions when it comes to this. And then we got W Games right here. Can't wait for Rebel Moon Director's Cut. Six half hours of Zach off the lynch. What tea do you know? What tea do I know? You know, some things. You know, there's always some tea. Always some tea. That and hopefully we can get the man on pretty soon again to do all that. Anyway, so there's all that. There's always the tea. But anyways, thank you guys, of course, for joining in. Hopefully you guys had a good couple of days. We're going to be talking about, yes, those Superman set photos, which, you know, we finally got the real Daily Planet because we were kind of wondering when it came to that bookstore that the glass with the Daily Planet and said bookstore, and a lot of people, of course, immediately, because that's what happens, freaking out about it and stuff. And we're also actually going to be talking about CineEurope, because, you know, it's just like CinemaCon here, I guess you could say. So there was actually a convention that happened in Europe, and we're going to talk about the things that Warner Brothers actually brought. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that as well. And apparently they brought some footage and stuff like that. So we're going to be talking about that. Of course, the Acolyte. Usually I save it for last, but today I decided not to save it for last. And, you know, the Acolyte is still a thing. It's still a thing that, you know, that is a thing of controversy and a thing that is just, well, it's a Star Wars thing. It's a Disney Star Wars thing. That's for sure. That's for sure. And then, of course, the Bikeriders comes out this weekend. We're going to see what the critics are talking about when it comes to the Bikeriders. Seems like all the pieces are there. Seems like a movie that, well, I think it pays homage to, like, old Hollywood a little bit, to be honest. That's what it sounds like. And then we're going to be talking about these fan films, and specifically, of course, when it comes to this Red Son fan film, that, yeah, more information when it comes to that, because, you know, I got a little information when it comes to this one right here, because, you know me, I love these fan films. I love when people all do that and stuff. And Mr. Everts is there right now. Sweet. Good to see you. Yes, cheers. Happy Wednesday. Wednesday's always better with wine. And so are Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. Well, you know. Wine is fine. I'm telling you, I've been on like such a wine kick. And, you know, if you're trying to be, you know, as healthy as you can when it comes to alcohols. I mean, I know, like, there's the seltzers out there, which a lot of people resort to. Which, yeah, I got just sick and tired of it. Just got sick and tired of it. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, the ex really loved the seltzers, so I was always drinking them, and I was like, yeah, it's fine, it's good. It's fine. You know, beer's a little too heavy sometimes, even though every now and again a beer is good. But it's just something about wine. Wine is, but yeah, you could have some pretty gnarly hangovers. But it all depends on the type of wine you get. Don't get that California shit. I get the wine from the land down under. That's for sure. It's just better. It's just better. You know, I don't know why. Again, anytime that when it comes to the United States, it seems like they go, you know what? We're gonna put some ingredients in it that are just gonna fuck you up. It just seems like that's always the case. I don't know. I hope Chris Pratt doesn't play the DCU Batman. He ain't going to be playing the DCU Batman. There's no way that there's just no way. I don't see that happening. I know some people was saying that, but I'm just like, Chris Pratt, DCU Batman? I don't think so. Anyways, guys, in the words of Kevin McAllister, I don't think so. No. That's not happening. For sure. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. Speaking of Superman, I mean, we just got to compliment Mr. I said his name wrong on Monday's show. I said Bet. What the hell? His name is, God damn it. I'm already, like, missing out on his name here. Benning? Is it Benning? Brett? I'm already, like, forgetting his name. He's playing Stephen Lombard. Who is it again? How do you say his name? Because I said Bennett on Monday's show. Is his first name? What's his first name? Beck. Why did I think? See, I tell you, I'm so terrible with names. Anyways, thank you, Mr. Let's see who said that. Thank you, Ninja Gamer, for sure for saying that. Anyways, yeah, Beck Bennett. Okay, because I said Beck Benning on Monday's show, and I was like, oh wait. And when I was editing the clip, I was like, yep, I said that one wrong. As I do. Wind Down Wednesday. Yeah, I like that. See, I got to make that into a t-shirt there, Chris. Anyways. So here we go. We just got to respect the mustache. The mustache game is on point. It's on point. That thing is going all the way down. All the way down. So, I mean, you got to respect the mustache game. I mean, look at right there. Right there. I mean, he doesn't have the red hair because, you know, again, Hollywood hates the gingers, but you know, you just gotta love the mustache game. The mustache game is on point. It definitely is on point. And congratulations to the Boston Celtics. That was actually happening during Monday's show. Was the Celtics actually won the NBA Finals? So cheers to the Boston Celtics. Not a big basketball fan. I do like watching the playoffs, although I didn't watch the playoffs this year, but. You know, it's always cool to see who wins, and I know right now the NHL is having their playoffs. So, but yeah, I'm a baseball and football guy. Everything else, I'll watch casually every now and again. But cheers to the Boston Celtics. Anyways, so what is your all-time favorite comic book movie, superhero movie, whatever you want to call it? What do you think is the best one? I mean, obviously, it's subjective. You know, pick your poison, whichever you want. You know, I've always been, when it comes to me, it's a Batman flick. It's Dark Knight. Sometimes I feel like Batman 89 is like the best one. Sometimes I feel like Batman vs. Superman is the best one. I don't know. Sometimes it just kind of, it rotates. It's hard for me to always be like, what is your favorite movie overall? And I'm like, well, it depends on the mood I'm in. But then if you start breaking it down to categories, I do the same thing where I'm like, well, yeah, sometimes I feel it's this, sometimes I feel it's that. But now we got Ryan Reynolds that is basically saying that which comic book movie or superhero movie is potentially the best one, and naturally he chose this one. Logan. No shit. Ryan Reynolds says Logan is potentially the greatest comic book adaptation ever made. Obviously some hyperbole there, but yeah, in a new interview he essentially said that yes, Logan it's definitely up there. It is up there when it comes to at least the X-Men films. I think it's my favorite X-Men film. Logan is, and I think Days of Future Past is like right underneath it when it comes to X-Men films. But I mean, it's up there. It's definitely up there. It changed the game. See, one of the things that I was hoping when Logan came out was the fact that it was R-rated. It was breaking the mold of the comic book genre, and it definitely did. It definitely helped. But I was hoping there was going to be like a complete shift. And I think like with it coming out, it came out how long ago? It was like 2017, right? It was 2017, 18, whatever it was. It was obviously a few years ago. I mean, I think just now that audiences are just really wanting more, like, hey, we want some more adult kind of stuff. I mean, I think it definitely helped set that foundation. So that's good. But yeah, that's what he said. Naomi Scott, there she is. Naomi Scott. Oh, man. Let's face it, we all kind of fell in love with her, like, when it came to the Power Rangers movie, all right? And she's been in other things, too. She was in that god-awful Charlie's Angels remake. It was so bad. Poor her. And then, she was also Jasmine in Aladdin. So it's like, Naomi Scott. Maybe she'll catch like a little bit more of a break when it comes to Smile 2, because that trailer just came about. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer that came about when it came to Smile 2. Now, I really enjoyed the first Smile movie. I thought it was a unique horror movie that had like a unique kind of spin to, demon possession and everything. And the first one, of course, starred, I can't remember her name, Kevin Bacon's daughter. That's the way we can refer to her. But now we got the Smile 2 that is revolving around this pop star. She plays a pop star when all the craziness happens. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. Horror genre is killing it. Even like The Strangers Chapter 1, which a lot of people didn't like, and it got really pretty bad reviews. It had like an $8 million budget. And I think it's like north of a $40 million return already. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, that's why the horror genre is killing it. And if they could somehow, when it comes to budgeting, they could kind of just like go like, how is a horror genre having such low budgets where it gets this return, which is like, 10x the return? It's pretty cool. It's just pretty damn cool. Don't say this. Don't do this to me, please. Why do you have to say this? I mean, you don't have to say this. I mean, please, don't. Tom Hardy. Why do you have to break our hearts like this? But at the same time, you go, yeah, well, he probably wouldn't want to even do another Mad Max movie. And, well, there's probably not going to be another Mad Max movie. Tom Hardy on the status of George Miller's Mad Max Fury Road sequel, The Wasteland. I don't think that's happening. That's... Come on, man. It sucks. It really sucks. It definitely sucks. And it's just like... Why?
Fuck me, right?
Yeah. And I blame you because you fuckers didn't show up to Furiosa. No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. 9 years. 9 years to like a follow-up to Fury Road. And it wasn't necessarily a follow-up. And I know like Furiosa was an idea that came up even before Fury Road. Like George Miller basically had a trilogy, all pretty much, I guess you could say, planned out. And I don't know. Somebody was telling me that there was like some butting of heads with Warner Brothers, which I'm like, that never happens. But yeah, just kind of sucks because now it's like, all right, we had Fury Road, phenomenal, crazy, but then it took 9 years to get something followed up to that. And Furiosa, people didn't flock out to it, sadly. And then it's like, yeah, I think Wasteland probably should have came out 3-4 years after that instead. Maybe that should have been the case. That definitely should have been the case, because do you think that Tom Hardy would want to go through? I mean, that was a decade ago. It was a decade ago that Fury Road happened, and it was like, as much as he loves that role and loves what happened with that movie, and we all love that. I mean, you could tell it was a grueling shoot. It's a grueling shoot. He's probably still washing sand out of his ass crack from that. So much dirt and sand. So much. Dry. But yeah, you think he wants to do that now, 10 years later? Probably not. Probably not. But yeah, it's just kind of, when you see that, and it's just like, damn it. If only we could just get one more. Can we just get one more? Doesn't look like that's going to be the case, though. Anyways, what could he do? You want to see the sexiest mugshot that's ever been taken for somebody who got busted for driving under the influence? There it is. Justin Timberlake. Good job, you fucking idiot. Busted for DWI. DUI. I don't know. What's the difference? DWI, DUI? I don't know. This almost looks like a fucking promo for The Boys Season 4, and that's Homelander right there. It's like, all right, if you are a celebrity that has a ton of money, yes, some celebrities are above the law. Let's face it. Sometimes they're above the law. Politicians are definitely above the law. Pretty much every politician's above the law. If they want to be above the law, they'll be above the law. But celebrities, actors, musicians, athletes, when you have the money and you're going to go out and you're going to have some, you're going to have some drinks, you're going to be doing some shit, you have the money, you have the resources to have somebody pick you up. Why the fuck are you going to get into your expensive vehicle and then start driving? You know what's funny about this? You know what's actually pretty hilarious about this right here is the cop who pulled him over had no idea who he fucking was. Oh my God. That was revealed out of this whole thing, is that the cop didn't know who he was. And I'm sure Justin Timberlake tried to play it off like, come on, you know who I am. Yeah, fuck off. Fuck off, JT. Fuck off. Yeah. How are ticket sales right now, JT, huh? How are ticket sales? Yeah. How much you want to bet in the next 6 months to a year we're going to be hearing about that NSYNC reunion tour? Because tickets aren't selling too well and shit's not going too well. How are you going to clear your good name? Oh, yeah. There's going to be an NSYNC reunion tour that's going to be happening worldwide. That's exactly what's going to happen. Anyways. Sorry, I had to do that. I had to do that. And then we have this. Oh, man. We have this, folks. We talked about it last week on Film Junkee Live, and it's a movie that holds near and dear to my heart. It's the best spoof movie that's ever been made, and we were going like, oh, wait, is a sequel actually going to be happening? Because Josh Gad teased the script, but, blacked out some of the names that were involved. But it was kind of obvious that, yes, it was going to be a Spaceballs sequel. Now it's confirmed, guys. There it is. Spaceballs sequel in development at Amazon MGM with Josh Gad starring, Mel Brooks producing. Cool. Mel Brooks producing. All right. This is something. Spaceballs. All right. Then I started thinking about him going, no, it's Josh Gad, who I'm not really a fan of. And then it gets even worse. Let me get to it. Well, Mel Brooks producing, cool, all right, fine. The spoof genre needs to make a comeback, and maybe this could help with that comeback. Maybe it'll help. Who knows? But then I thought, oh my God, Josh Gad is starring in it? Please tell me he's not playing Barf's, long-lost son? Is Josh Gad going to be playing, Barf's son, John Candy's character, who was half man, half dog? I'm a Mog. Is that who Josh Gad's going to be playing? I have a bad feeling that's who Josh Gad's going to be playing. Oh, fuck. As much as I'm like, cool, I'm also going, no. I think more of me is going, no. Leave Spaceballs alone. Leave it alone. You know, when it comes to spoof sequels, Hot Shots did a good job. You got Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2. That's one of the reasons why anytime I talk about a second part of a movie like the Batman or Rebel Moon or Fast X, or something like that, and anytime that there's a Part 2, I can't help myself but say Part 2. Because that's what they named Hot Shots Part 2. They named it that. And I thought, when you're talking about spoof sequels, I mean, obviously when it comes to the Naked Gun trilogy, that's great. All there. But yeah, Hot Shots, they immediately, like in the 90s, and they totally transitioned from, all right, we're spoofing Top Gun, now we're spoofing Rambo. They just changed it up. And it worked, because both Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2 are excellent spoof movies. We need a spoof comeback. I just don't know if this is actually going to be the answer here from Josh fucking Gad. Turns out Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are going to be teaming up with Joe Carnahan for a movie called R.I.P., which sounds pretty interesting. All right. And now must raise my glass again, because we lost a legend yesterday, guys. It was so random. I was watching the Giants as I was like editing things, and I think I was actually starting to prepare dinner, and then I went like, what did I just hear? But yeah, the one of the goats of Major League Baseball passed away last night or yesterday. Willie Mays. Cheers. Willie Mays, the ultimate giant. He passed away at the age of 93 yesterday. Lived a long, full life. I'm glad that he lived a full life. 93 years old. That is a good stretch right there for sure. So raise it up for Willie Mays right now. Raise it up. That smile. Guy had a good set of teeth, man. Look at that right there. Some old school playing stickball in Brooklyn back in the day. But yeah, always a giant. Look at that handsome devil. Look at that handsome devil. There's with Barry Bonds, his godson. And then, of course, the ultimate catch that that's like one of the best catches that you'll ever see in baseball is that basket catch from Willie Mays when he caught it like that. It's like, how do you catch a ball like that? Pretty insane. Pretty freaking insane. So, rest in peace to the legend right there. Yeah, it was just kind of like, whoa. All of a sudden, it was like, whoa, Willie Mays died. But, yeah, absolutely just an absolute legend. One of the best in baseball. Yeah, just totally just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then check this out. So, it's kind of interesting because when it comes to Deadpool and Wolverine, a lot of us were kind of worried about it, They were filming before the writer's strike, and then the writer's strike happened, and then they had to stop filming for, of course, a long amount of time until they can actually, they said, like, oh, yeah, they got a month and a half left of shooting Deadpool and Wolverine. All right, cool. And then, of course, there's going to be some reshoots, pickup shots, as there is with every movie. But it was just kind of one of those things where a lot of people are going like, wait a minute. They still have stuff to film. And it's supposed to come out this summer. It's supposed to come out in July. And a lot of people are like, oh, my God, are they actually going to make that? And even I was going like, yeah, they might have to cut this close. But then at the same time, it's like, well, they shot a majority of it before the writer's strike. So then during the writer's strike, guess what? The director could be a part of the editing process. Nobody of that, the director wasn't striking, the editor wasn't striking, nobody was striking, VFX, nothing. So they were able to just do post-production, even though they didn't have the entire film, complete. And then, well, yeah, then of course the actors strike, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's all that stuff too. But look at this. And that's all she wrote for post-production. Feels like a million years of work went by in a blink. Sitting next to this guy made it all so sweet. Hard to walk away. And there, of course, is Sean Levy. And, of course, Ryan Reynolds. I'm kind of wondering, like, you know, that quote could be from either one of them. Obviously, that's from Levy right there. With a month and some change to spare. Like a month and a week, like 5 weeks, Deadpool and Wolverine is coming out, and they're done. They're done. So you're not going to be hearing about, like, you know, when they're on the red carpet going like, yeah, I just sent the final cut like earlier today. You know, we've heard stuff like that. But yeah, they're done. They're absolutely finito. So that's cool. God, cannot wait. I already have my tickets. How would you feel about a John Hamm Green Lantern? Huh? John Hamm? Hal Jordan? How would you feel about that? Anyone? I never really gave it a thought because anytime that I thought about John Hamm, I thought about him as Batman. Now, when it comes to this new DCU Batman, I don't see John Hamm now playing it because I'm like, he's just a little too, you know, I think the time has passed. I think like when it came to all the rumors of Ben Affleck, you know, being like, oh, he's done, he's walking away. I'm like, maybe they just converted to John Hamm. He's older, and he's like, maybe they could do something. I don't know. John Hamm always had that look of like a Bruce Wayne for sure, and he probably would look at it as Batman. He's got a good jawline. I just never really, I saw him more as a Bruce Wayne than a Batman. But what would you think about him as Green Lantern? Because apparently, according to the new interview, he passed up the opportunity of doing the DCU Green Lantern. John Hamm says he's still in conversations with Marvel and DC to play a character. He also revealed he passed on Green Lantern. There were a lot of conversations, and I'm still in those. I talked to the guys that run Marvel and DC, and I'm a comic book nerd. So we'll see. Even that part of the industry is changing. Yes, thankfully it's changing. But he also revealed in this interview that he would actually prefer to have an MCU role over a DC role. I mean, obviously it's because he hates Jimmy Guns, right, guys? Right? Maybe that could be the case. Maybe he doesn't like James Gunn. There is that possibility. But it's the fact that he actually would rather have a role in the MCU than the new DCU. It's kind of interesting, but he passed up Green Lantern, and I'm like, was it Hal Jordan? Was it actually Hal Jordan? You know what? I wouldn't hate a John Hamm, Hal Jordan, but, you know, it's whatever. So, there you go. Revealed. And yes, guys, we still have crazy budgets that are happening, even over at Netflix. Mind you, guys, that Zack Snyder, the reported budget for not one Rebel Moon movie, not even technically two Rebel Moon movies, but four. Technically four Rebel Moon movies, $166 million budget. Now, the Russo brothers, on the other hand, they apparently like to spend money because the budget of the Russo brothers' Netflix The Electric State is reportedly $300 million. Starring Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, Ki Hoi Kwan, Giancarlo Esposito, Anthony Mackie, and Brian Cox. Quite a cast, I will say. Over $300 million that's going to be happening. What the hell? But at the same time, when I look at this image right here, I'm like, this looks pretty cool. This concept art right here looks kind of cool. So we got this big, huge robot guy that is like linked up to all these little robot guys. I'm like, all right, I have no idea what the hell this movie's about, but I am intrigued. But at the same time, I'm just kind of going like, wait a minute. Aren't we supposed to be cutting down budgets here? Why is everything getting inflated? Why is things... I don't know. It's all pretty crazy, you know. Mr. Stephen Colbert, who's excellent when it comes to talking about numbers and analytics and all that stuff. I mean, he was talking about this a little bit where it's just like, yeah, there's like in the inflation aspect when it comes to budgets right now. But the fact of the matter is like these budgets are getting inflated and the quality is coming out poor. Like the quality isn't there for these inflated budgets. That's what seems like what's been happening right here. And it's like, Jesus Christ. I am intrigued, but it's just like another inflated budget. My God, what are we doing here, folks? Come on. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it when it comes to this. So, cheers. How are we feeling out there, guys? Huh? We good? Oops. Got some more people showing up, huh? We got the Watcher here. Who's a Watcher? Who watches the Watcher? We got Fear Jason here, too. Good to see you. Antonio, what's happening? Stephanie T. We got Axel. We got MSGT. What's happening, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Rest in peace, Willie Mays. Yeah. What do you think? Who do you think Lady Deadpool? To me, I think it's Blake Lively, but I'm with you on Blake Lively. What's going on? Andrew Haley is also here as well. Skate and Geek Out. What's happening? I could see him as Two-Face. Are you talking about? Oh yeah, I even thought about. Are you talking about John Hamm? Yeah, I totally could see him as Two-Face too. I could see him as a Harvey Dent. We're good on Jake Gyllenhaal playing Batman. I've never been good on Jake Gyllenhaal playing Batman. I don't know. To me, it's just like what? So. This is too much money, yeah. Way too much money, right? Jesus Christ. Hal will also probably be in his late 30s. Well, we already saw the call sheet. He's going to be in his mid to late 40s, the Watcher. We already saw, like, some of that stuff. So he's going to be, like, probably, like, he's definitely going to be in his 40s. 300 million? Please say psych. I wish I would say psych, Stephanie T, but that's what's been happening is these inflated fucking budgets are still happening right now. And Hollywood's still wondering, like, where's the money? It's like, yeah, you're putting too much into the content, and then the content's fucking subpar. It's like, what are you guys doing here? What are you spending this money on? Let's relax a little bit here, folks, huh? Jeez. I mean, I know, yeah. What's going on, One Bad Nomad? Good to see you. Jake should not be Batman. His eyes are... yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Music Man. It's the eyes. His eyes are just like... He's got big, pretty eyes. I'll give him that. He's a pretty man. He's got big, pretty eyes, but I'm like, no, not for Batman. Not for Batman. Just, I don't know. I just never saw him as Batman. He also doesn't have the voice. He doesn't have the voice. His voice is too, like, you know, a little too high. A little too high for it. But then again, you know, they do whatever. I don't know. Anyways. That's just me. All right. Let's see. Do I got all my stuff here? All right. Let me make sure I got everything that I wanted to look at here before we start jumping into things when it comes to the Superman set. And like I said, there's numerous accounts out there. DCU updates, home of DC films, you know, they've been, you know, they just gather up all the set images. And one of the first things I wanted to show, of course, because, well, let's see here. Hold on. Let me get that first. Yeah, let me get this image right here. It's a beautiful image. So we got the Superman set. The Superman set. They are just, you know, it's in Cleveland right now, Cleveland, Ohio, or like, you know, or it's like in so I don't know. It's somewhere in that area. And when we first saw the Superman set images, a lot of people, including me, were kind of just going like, huh. So we got a bookstore front right here that's kind of going like, says The Daily Planet. And it's a bookstore. And a lot of us are kind of being like, is James Gunn throwing us a little bit of a curveball here? That can't be right. There's got to be something else with that. And then, of course, we saw the storefront that said Hi-Fi Stereos. And then a lot of us went, huh. So is this taking place in modern day? What is actually happening here? But now we have the official front door of the Daily Planet, and it's fucking gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that right there. What? Whoop, 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 whoop. I went too far. Hold on. Hold on a sec. I tried to zoom in a little bit, and I didn't do it right. Hold on. Sorry about that. I was like, wait. Open that. There you go. All right, now we're gonna be. Let's look at this thing up close. Look at that. Beautiful gold. Gold everywhere. Look at that architecture. That looks like boobs. Anyways, okay. So yeah, beautiful architecture. We got the Daily Planet sign right there. Does anybody notice the font of the Daily Planet right here? Anybody? Anybody familiar with that font? Well, if you're watching TC Fanimated, you know exactly what that font looks like. Yeah, looks very much like the Batman the Animated Series type of font. I don't think it's exactly like it, but it's pretty freaking close. Pretty close. But yeah, there are the front doors right there. We got a revolving front door. So I'm asking you this now, guys. Do you think that Clark Kent's going to utilize that to change into Superman? Are we going to have one of those moments? Old school type of moments where he revolves around the revolving door, changes into Superman real quick? Are we going to have that? I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But that's not it. We also have this logo for the Daily Planet. That looks pretty cool too. So we have like a little flag that is hanging down right here off the building. Again, it's a cool building to have architecture. It's just like the architecture of the building looks pretty sweet. So we have the Daily Planet little flag that is hanging down also right there, which I thought was cool. Not a bad logo. Not a bad logo. That font right there is pretty sweet. Although, yeah, the D reminds me of the Detroit Tigers logo. I will say that. So there is that. So then we got other things as well. It's kind of grainy right here, but we got City of Metropolis, established 1645. So we got the Metropolis logo also right there. So they also have that's like floating around as well. And okay, so more storefronts. So immediately when I saw Metropolis Sandwich Market and Grocery, Silas Deli, I just immediately thought Silas Stone. Are they talking about Silas Stone? No, apparently this is actually a deli that's actually showed up in the comic books when I was like looking into some of the people. Now Carlisle's, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Carlisle's Bakery, and that's also an homage to another name. There's many names that are going to be Easter eggs all throughout this thing. And I'm not the biggest guy that can connect it. If Scott were here, he'd probably be connecting all the names to everything that we see in these set photos. I like how there's just shit randomly, and there's like a gumball machine that's just like sitting out there. Just sitting out there. Of course, we all know Jitters Coffee. I think a lot of us, that's shown up in the books, but Jitters Coffee showed up in the Flash TV series like crazy. So you got Jitters Coffee right there. All right, so let's see here. Let's talk about some more of these Easter eggs, because I know there was a lot of people that were talking about that. Now I'm just going to scroll through some DCU updates stuff right here and see what they were doing. Well, there was this right here for sure, because again, one of the things that we kept on questioning is, all right, so is James Gunn trying to create Metropolis like it's timeless? And you have a Dairy Queen. That's right, a Dairy Queen is actually going to be here. And they have this right here. You have that logo You have the, the Dairy Queen logo right here, which is what everybody recognizes. But then you have this old school, like, looking drawing that's on the glass right here that's showing, like, old school Dairy Queen. So we also have that. Just randomly going to be a Dairy Queen. Well, hey, that they paid the money. They paid the money, I mean, let's face it. Warner Brothers needs that extra scratch, so it's going to be like a Michael Bay fucking movie. We're going to see product placement like crazy. Probably. There's a Metropolis art and culture festival. Yeah, we got some of that. Let's see what else we have. So, spot the Easter eggs, yeah. Let's see. So Carl's Isle is supposed to be like related to Lex Luthor, of course, and then you got Solaris right here. Yeah. Let's see. We got the bakery. We got Silas Deli, which apparently has appeared in the. We got a jazz club right here, open late. McAvenny's, and then we got Lacey's Arcade. Lacey. So we got that stuff. I'm just kind of looking. We got they got Mike McCaveney. He wrote DC Comics. So there's going to be a lot of names of authors and illustrators and all that stuff. And looks like I got a new member right there. Welcome, 1/6 Shape. Thank you for becoming a member. Joining the family right there. So that's cool. Thank you. Yeah, Lacey's Arcade is looks like it's when it comes to Clifton Lacey. So there's that homage. So that's pretty cool. We got, street names and everything when it comes to all this stuff. Carl Eyes. I don't know if I'm saying that name totally wrong. Yeah, so there's yeah, that's also been in the books. So we got that. And then when we were talking about those hi-fi stereos, we got Quietly and Sons Electronics since 1974. Okay? So we also have that. We have the full storefront when it comes to televisions, hi-fi, appliances, and refrigerator. And that's another writer. That has to do with another writer. Again, I'm not big on all that stuff. Again, if both Chris and Scott were here, they would totally be like, oh yeah, the Easter eggs, this is what's saying that, this is what's saying this. And then, of course, the main one, which I included into the thumbnail, Lord Tech. That's right. We got Max Lord Easter egg right here, right next to Samsung. We offer the largest selection of Lord Tech, Samsung, so another product placement, and then Quietly and Sons Electronics products. So we have that too. Oops. Oh, okay. Then we got more right here on Instagram showing the Metropolis Museum of Natural History. What else they got? Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. So people are just taking set photos like crazy. But yeah, Lord Tech. Lord Tech. So we got Max Lord even represented on these storefronts. That's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it when it comes to a lot of this, yeah? Yeah, pretty much it. A lot of Easter eggs in there. A lot of Easter eggs, right, Versus? It is neat. It's neat. Notice the Daily Planet building and the skyline of the Jitters logo. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, when you're creating an aesthetic, and I saw somebody talk shit about what they showed the Daily Planet building that, when it came to the Snyderverse, and it's a basic building and it just has Daily Planet written on it. There's no globe on the top or anything like that. But again, it's like, well, Zack wasn't really going for that. He was trying to ground Superman in reality. Fuck right off. fuck you and everybody who like was trying to shit on that. It's like, no, he very much was trying to ground it. I mean, it still looked like the Daily Planet when you see it at the end of Man of Steel, and then of course when you see it in BVS, perfectly fine. He was trying to make it more grounded and perfectly fine. He didn't create like a big huge aesthetic for it, sure. Seems like James Gunn is really trying to be like, okay, Metropolis, let's create a new kind of aesthetic that you don't really see in reality. And I'm going, yeah, fine. Snyder was trying to be basing it all in reality, because when you look at Gotham City and you look at Metropolis and the Snyderverse, it's very much like, oh yeah, that could exist in the real world. This is not going to so much exist in the real world. The classy, modern, retro, futuristic Art Deco look is going to slap. There you go, Huddy. He's creating an aesthetic, and I like it, and I dig it, and I dig it. All right, and then, of course, he's actually said some things, too, and one of the things that I liked that he had to say when he was responding to people on Threads, how will the TV shows like Paradise Lost and Lanterns be filmed? Same technique, or will you leave it up to their respective showrunners? Every show will generally have choices like that determined by their creative leads. Yeah, right, Jimmy Guns. You're going to give notes, though, huh? You asshole. You're going to be like, no, that's not the way to do it. Well, I'm sure he's going to have some. Obviously, he's going to give some notes on all that stuff. But yeah, apparently when it comes to those shows, he's like, all right, well, I'm going to give... Obviously, he's going to give some notes, but he's going to let the showrunners and the creators just like, hey, you do your thing. I'm going to do my thing over here. He can't be in multiple places at once because he's not like Kevin Feige. And yeah, he could look over a lot of things, but he can't be in numerous places at once, especially if he's filming things and directing things. So I like that he said that. It's like, oh yeah, we're definitely going to be doing that. So that's good. But then, of course, speaking of Warner Brothers, we have CineEurope. That Warner Brothers was there, and they basically brought a lot of shit when it came to that place. So I wanted to talk about that for a little bit. Variety posting, Warner Brothers debuts explosive new Joker 2 trailer, fresh footage of Twisters, Beetlejuice 2, Mickey 17 at CineEurope. I want to see all of that, please. Arguably chief among them was the explosive new trailer for Joker Folie à Deux, Todd Phillips' sequel to, of course, the first Joker. Phillips was among who's who of major names the studio had called upon to record special messages for CineEurope. Others included Jack Black, speaking from the set of the Minecraft movie, James Gunn, David Corenswet, and Rachel Brosnahan as they took a break from filming DC's Superman reboot, Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway from the set of Flowervale Street, Maggie Gyllenhaal, as she walked around the set of her sophomore feature, The Bride, which of course is Frankenstein's bride, and Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan from the set of There, as yet titled Gothic Supernatural Horror. God damn it. I want to see all this. Like, all these people. So, it's just like, hey, there's stuff brewing. There definitely is. Peter Jackson was also on hand to introduce an extensive footage of Lord of the Rings, The War of Rahar. I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan. You guys know that. I'm just like, it's cool, but it's just not for me. Meanwhile, Bong Joon-ho and Robert Pattinson introduced a series of exclusive clips from Mickey 17. Damn it. I'm looking forward to that movie. The concept alone, the sci-fi, and it was supposed to come out this year. It was one of my most anticipated movies of this year, and it's not coming out this year. Coming out next year. But I'm like, can we get some of that footage? Can we get some of this footage? And at least they're doing something, right? Jesus Christ. So there you go. CineEurope, right there. CineEurope. Like Mickey 17 and Joker, I'm like, yeah, but it would be cool. It would be cool. Music Man, look it up. Look up the story. It's based on a sci-fi comic book when it comes to like clones and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, and basically, you got this character who is essentially reborn all the time. So, Anyways, he's creating the whole ass Daily Planet because most of the movie will take place in the goddamn building, cracking jokes, and instead of doing real journalism. Well, it's not a real place, Lane. It's not a real place. But it looks pretty cool. I mean, do you honestly think that doesn't look really cool? It looks really cool. You know? Just saying. It's going to be interesting to see how they tackle the journalism, though. You know? If it's going to be like a modern day thing. I don't even watch the news. Yeah, no. Who watches the news nowadays? Yeah, look up Mickey 17 there, Music Man. But I do like the fact that there actually is like a whole crew and everything. So I'm like, all right, cool. Works for me. Perry White is going to be making jokes every 5 minutes. Like water wet. No, I'm just kidding. I know there wasn't that many jokes when it came to Perry White. But, you know, there were some. I mean, Lawrence Fishburne killed it. But we'll see what happens when it comes to that. I mean, I don't know why you guys are just like, don't build it up already in your heads of what this movie's going to be. Just let it happen first. Let's wait and see. It's all a wait and see. I know you hate James Gunn, but, you know, let's just wait and see. Oh, there was more jokes. Yeah, but there was more jokes, Stephanie T. Like, you know, I mean, there was the joke about, like, you know, sending Clark to the yeah, you know, and, you know, there was many jokes with Perry White. What are you talking about? There was more jokes. There definitely was. There were more jokes when it came to Lawrence. But again, it worked because Lawrence Fishburne delivered those jokes perfectly. But anyways, let's move on. All right, The Acolyte. All right, we all love this Star Wars series now, right? We're all in good. We're all loving where it's headed, where the story's headed, how everything is looking when it comes to The Acolyte, right? No, we're not. Okay, so when it comes to my review of episode 4, this one was a snooze fest. It's just, this one, I am like going, all right, so like the last like 7 seconds, intense, everything leading to it. All right, what? We got bugs. We got they're searching for May, and Osha is like there and not there, and now she's part of it, and she's starting to feel things. She's starting to get the Jedi tinglies back or something. The quality of this series still fucking sucks. They're like out in the woods, they're outside, they're doing all this stuff, but it still very much feels like I'm on a fucking Disney park ride. It doesn't feel there's other Star Wars that feel like, oh yeah, this could be an actual place. I'm not saying like every location's always been like that. No. But I was just like going, I remember Return of the Jedi, they were actually in a fucking forest. Here I'm watching this where they're supposed to be in a forest, and I'm going, yeah, none of the fucking environment looks real at all. Nothing. It just all feels like it's on a tiny set. It feels like it's on a super tiny set. The quality sucks. The dialogue and some of the acting still sucks too. And it's just like, what are we doing here? We're trying to build up more things. But you know what the biggest thing? The biggest thing that people were complaining about was a continuity issue. A continuity issue happened in this episode that a lot of people were like, wait a minute. And of course, you know, the diehard Star Wars fandom was basically going like, wait. You guys got something wrong here. And that's the, what's his name? Kai Adi. What's his name? Let me double check. Because I wrote it down. Because I was like, oh yeah, I remember what the guy looks like. It's Kai Adi Mundi, right? And we all know who this guy is, right? Just in case you guys are, you know, wondering what we're talking about. Well, it's this guy. So this guy right here, who's kind of like a conehead kind of looking dude. So this guy right here. And when you watch The Phantom Menace, obviously they talk about, you know, the Sith haven't been around for forever. And the Acolyte is supposed to take place, of course, 100 years before the Phantom Menace. So then people started going like, oh, wait. How is he there? Is that like a relative? Oh, no, it's actually him? Because you look at the credits, it's actually him. And they're going, oh, wait, they got the continuity wrong and everything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just kind of going like, this is what you're complaining about? You're complaining about this, okay? You're not complaining more about the quality, how the quality kind of sucks, and how, like, how everything's too polished and it feels so Disney. The score sucks. The score sucks. You're complaining about that because they decided to inject a character from the Phantom Menace into this, like a younger version of who's barely there. You're complaining about that? I saw somebody say, wow, the writer should have fact-checked. Fact-checked. There's no facts here. It's all made up. Even George Lucas himself retconned his own shit. This is why I get so frustrated about the people who just hate watch this and want to complain about it, and the people who hate it talk about it more than the people who like it. And I'm just kind of going like, did I just really read that? There's no facts here. It's all storytelling. It's all make-believe. It's all make-believe. Nobody cares. I didn't care. I would have probably just went like, hey, that looks like that one dude in the Jedi Council that was in the prequels. Yeah. Is that the guy? That's all I would have thought. But the fact that, like, that side, like, went crazy about it, I was like, wow. So now I know the age of this motherfucker? So apparently in Phantom Menace, he was, like, in his 70s or something like that. I'm like, I didn't think I was going to... Little did I know, guys, that when I was watching the Phantom Menace and I saw this motherfucker sit there and talk to Yoda, little did I know that 20 plus years later, I was going to know his exact age. I wish I could travel back in time and to, little Dave waiting in line in Phantom Menace and being like, yeah, there's going to be a character in the Phantom Menace. You're going to find out his age 25 years from now. Oh, it's all religion, man. It's all religion. Sorry. I just had to go off on some of that because I'm like, are we really doing this? Really doing this? I mean, the show, I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to stick out. I'm going to stick it out when it comes to the show because I kind of am curious to see what happens. And like I said, the last like fucking 8 seconds of this episode got really intense. And then it's just like, up, cliffhanger. And it's like, really? So I had to watch this episode. I had to watch all the minutes of this episode just to get to that point and be like, and then all of a sudden, that was it? Jesus Christ. Yeah, the quality of the show is poor. But hey, now I know about Kai Adi Mundai and his age. Sweet. God, I'm so glad I'm not that much into Star Wars. Like I told you guys, I'm kind of burnt out by it and stuff. Star Wars and Disney Plus has been very hit and miss. Yeah, I would say that too, because Mandalorian worked. Book of Boba Fett did not work. Ahsoka kind of worked. Obi-Wan kind of worked. I don't know. It's all just been, yeah. But it was just like, Jesus Christ. Anyways. So I had to just rant off about that because I'm like, I mean, I get that there are people that are diehard fans and they're like, but it's just the fact that they're like going so deep into that, something that doesn't even have any kind of significance to the actual story. It's just a character that decided to put in to the episode. You briefly see him and then that's it. And that was like the headline of this whole thing. And I'm like, fucking really? That's what we're talking about? Oh, yikes. I gotta love that Star Wars fandom, man. Jeez. All right, let's talk about the Bikeriders. Who's seeing the Bikeriders this weekend? I would love to go see it, but I am far too busy right now where I need to be working on things tomorrow, so I will not be seeing the Bikeriders. But I did want to see it because, you know, you got a cast of like Jodie Comer, you got Tom Hardy, and then, of course, you got Austin Butler, and it all looks pretty good. So let's see what the critics are actually saying about the movie. All right, so here we go. We're going to go to the Devil Fruit site. Currently on 86% with 71 reviews. Fueled by charismatic cast and the gritty authenticity of writer-director Jeff Nichols, which, yeah, he's a great director. He did Drive, right? I love Drive. The Bikeriders offers a conventional yet impactful look at motorcycle culture. All right. Let's take a look at what some of these critics are saying. Most of them are saying good stuff. Mostly saying good stuff. Those drawn to it will see the real potency of it all, barreling down storytelling roads with acceleration and liberation. The Bikeriders feels timely and relevant, a sexy period piece about crime and brotherhood and the independent spirit that will roar like the engine of a Harley Davidson. Nichols grants the film the same benefit of a less conversation, more vibes quality. Part oral history, part cool guy mythology, and entirely better than watching 7 seasons of Sons of Anarchy. Someone didn't like Sons of Anarchy. Whoa. This is a finely crafted, jumbled biker flick I didn't know I needed. That's pretty cool. The ensemble cast present in the Bikeriders can do no wrong, which makes the script that much more unfortunate. Kind of a backhanded one right there. Then we got a bad one right here from Looper.com. Just flick through Lion's book instead. Any photo you land on will have more depth than the vast majority of scenes here. Yikes! The movie, while well made and engrossing, is emotionally muted as the male characters. So there you go. I don't know who's gonna go see it. I'm gonna probably catch it when it's on video. Sadly, I'm not gonna make it out this weekend. But hey, seems like critics are really liking it. So. Anybody seeing it this weekend? No? So the critic consensus is not a judgment of the film, just saying what it's about. Well, it can be. The consensus can be about the film too. It's just like this one's so positive. It's so positive. Where am I at here? All right. Did I lose it? There it is. Okay. All right, we got some fan films right here. Well, at least one. I'm going to talk about 2 other things that are also going to be, when it comes to fan films in the superhero genre space. But I specifically wanted to talk about this one, and I'm going to show you guys a trailer because when it came across my plate, I went, oh, wow. This is, when it talks about fan films, this is somebody who put money into this whole thing because, we've talked about the Green Lantern fan film. We've talked about other fan films. We've seen other fan films. There's been so many different fan films. And sometimes people shit on fan films, which I don't understand. It's like, don't shit on the fan film because you don't know what the budget was. That's one of the things I like about fan films, whether you had a budget of $26 or a budget of $2,600, $26,000. I'm just all about, okay, you're going to put some effort into making something of an existing property. Let's see what you have. Let's see when it comes to the storytelling and what you utilize when it comes to resources to achieve the story that you want to tell. That's what I'm all about. It's all going to be all over the place. All going to be all over the place. So we got Superman. We got a Superman fan film that's called Red Sun Genesis. And I will say, wow. Absolutely wow. And check out this trailer.
Хал, это ты? Как школа?
Нормально.
Звучит не слишком многообещающе.
Просто в последнее время происходило очень много странностей.
Speaking Russian. Huh?
Сегодня по пути домой я обогнал поезд.
To take on this story, of all stories to take on in a fan film. Oh, Lord.
Всем спасибо, что пришли.
And then I love that.
Сегодня у нас замечательный день.
This looks like a real fucking film,
мне
right?
доложили, что наш Великий Союз достиг французских границ.
Даже после того, как Ростовёж расправился с 4 командующими офицерами повстанческой армии, мятежники в Санкт-Петербурге отказываются отступать.
You got a shot of
Нам не
Soupies
удалось
right there.
установить ни личность, ни местонахождение их тайного защитника. Он как сквозь землю провалился.
There were violent clashes last night between federal troops and the Gotham separatists in what is now the 4th consecutive week of escalated conflict. It is believed that the rebels have been receiving Soviet support.
Let's see a bald head right there.
Добрый день, Красный Вождь.
There he
Мы
is.
называем это Голиаф.
Is that
А
corn
здесь-
sweat? What's going
Здесь
on
мы
here?
проводим наши исследования.
Why did you guys drag me to this shithole? Some masked rebel in St. Petersburg sent us the coordinates.
Они думают только о своих свободах. Свобода – это иллюзия.
Он единственный, у кого есть то, что может нам помочь. Давай, тяни!
It's like Man of Steel texture right there, huh? Red Sun Genesis. Ooh, some VFX right there. Coming soon. Not too shabby. And yes, you can now watch some of that on Time Capsule Productions. So type in Time Capsule Productions, or just type in, Red Sun Genesis. You can actually watch. You can watch it now, and it's a fan film, and it's 15 and a half minutes. I haven't watched it yet. I do plan on watching it. I definitely do plan on watching it. I just haven't had time. And just like, and any time that I did, I was like, oh wait, shit, sorry, damn it. But Luke Harris, who is the director, who is the creator of this fan film, he's going to be on the Vodka stream on Friday. So we're going to talk about this. Like I said, I'm all about talking about this kind of stuff. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's like he hit me up, told me about it. I was like, oh shit, let's do this, and we're going to talk about it on Friday's Vodka stream. So look forward to that. Look forward to that conversation. I'm kind of like curious to see like what it took to make all this. So, and then. I didn't even see. Was this it right here? Yeah, this one. Was it that one? No, it wasn't that one. Hold on. Damn it. I didn't save it. Hold on a sec. Whoop. Damn it, I thought I had the right one saved, but I didn't have the right one saved. I don't know, there's a Batman Beyond one. It's not this one, because it was made entirely through something different. No, it wasn't that one. Damn it. Now I had a Batman Beyond one saved, and for some reason I cannot find it now. Shit. Wasn't this one? No, because that's like real. No, this one was like made with like. It's not that one. Anyways, sorry. I had a Batman Beyond one, and I totally just like F that one up. Didn't have it full on ready. I could have swore. Was it that one? Maybe it was this one. Was it this one? Jesus Christ. Nah, I don't think it was this one. God, there's a lot of Batman Beyond, like, little fan films here. I mean, I've seen some of them before, but yeah, that definitely wasn't it. I don't know. Another a Batman Beyond film, like, came across my feed, too, and I thought I had it linked, but nope, I do not, and I can't seem to find which one it was, but it was made entirely with the, what do they call that? The Unreal Engine. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. I like that. So there was that, and I'll try to find it later. I totally fucked that up. But then there's something else too that came across also my digital desk was Bowen Edits right here. is taking it upon himself because he's done this before. Big Snyder fan, and he's Snyderized some things, but apparently he's going to be doing an entire rendition of The Flash, entire edit of The Flash. Saying right here, attention, a full edit of the Flash movie is in the making. The Flash Enhanced Edition is a fan edit of the movie with improved VFX and montage, bringing the film closer to the Snyderverse, improving the negative points of the original film. And he's already like put it on stuff right here. So just basically giving like a little list and adding some more things to it, like, you know, more 3D animations. He's even got Darkseid in this. He's got additional VFX that are happening. So this was also been in the works right here for a little bit. Early concept showing that black suited Superman. New post-credit scene. What? Well, we got some Riddler. We got some Darkseid. So, and he's actually, if you follow him, he's actually showing off some things as well, like some of this right here of what he's doing. Apparently the Flash flies in his movie. No. I'm sure that's just a little 3D mock-up. So yeah, some things. Sorry I didn't have the correct Batman Beyond, but I was like, damn. So anyway, so we just got some people making some cool shit, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I love that. I love it when people do that. But yeah, that Red Sun Genesis, that was just like, okay, yeah, I definitely want to talk to that filmmaker because I'm like, hey, like, how much was the budget? You know, how did you shoot this? I mean, it looked like something you see, you know, something you'd see at least on TV, you know, some of that stuff. So that's pretty cool. So there you go. Some fan film stuff that I've been like holding on to for a bit. And like I said, I totally effed up on that freaking Batman Beyond one. Maybe it was just a Twitter thing. I don't know. But I was like, oh shit, I forgot to tab it out and totally just messed that up. Show prep. Should have had some show prep. Anyways. All right, let's get some Twitter questions, and then we'll move along to the members only stream for a little bit, and then of course we have DC Fanimated that's happening in 45 minutes. All right. Eric Blake, hey Dave, talking about Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money, got me thinking, have you seen the other long in the waiting Mel Brooks sequel, History of the World Part 2? No, I haven't seen that. Yeah, that came on. That was on Hulu, right? Though it's a show. Yeah, it was a show. I'd say it might be a good indication of what to expect for this sequel. Yeah, I have no high hopes for Josh Gad. I just do not. Kenny, Davey, I'm super excited for Superman 2025. Loving the set photos shown so far. Hopefully a teaser trailer of some sort is shown before the end of the year. I wouldn't be surprised. Pretty sure that they'll probably show something. Mr. Nobody, I'm constantly excited about the new Superman film, and all the vibes that I'm getting feels like it's retro modern, which is weird, but I'm totally digging it and can't wait to see what comes out of this. But I'm still holding my hopes for the first trailer. There you go. It's all about the first footage, because let's face it, the suit reveal wasn't the greatest. Darkness Under the Wind. Dave, question number 1. How would you feel if DC decides to make Mark Strong play a role in the DCU somewhere down the line, since he's been in the DCEU and will be in Matt Reeves' Batman universe? I know, it's like he's been all over the place, and I'm just kind of wondering, what would that be? I mean, I wanted him for Lex Luthor, you know, before BVS came out. He was my top choice for Lex Luthor. But yeah, I'm kind of wondering, what else could he play? You know, he was in, yeah, man, it's just, yeah, it's be kind of interesting to see what happens. Darkness, all right, question number 2. If we get Deadpool 4, would you like it to take place in the rebooted MCU after the X-Men get established and their first movie releases? I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing some kind of Deadpool and Spider-Man thing. I don't know. I know Sean Levy was like, talking about like, hey, we should pair them two, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I would like to kind of see that. I've read some books when it comes to those two, some stories, and it could work. I don't know. We'll see. Devon Wooter, hello, Dave. Do you think James Gunn will make an Adam Strange movie? movie. He's a DC character. Do you think he's going to change the name and become Marvel Doctor Strange? No. An Adam Strange movie? I don't know. Maybe that could be something that he might do. I don't know. And do you think Vin Diesel will be the main bad guy in Bad Boys 5? Kind of like the Fast and Furious crossover? Nah. I highly would doubt that. I don't think that would actually happen. Cooper Knox, James Gunn bringing the modern-day retro look to Metropolis in Superman is something that I've always wanted to see for a very long time. And yeah, that's pretty much, that's looking like what he's doing. And I dig it. I dig the aesthetic. I really do dig the aesthetic. So we'll see what happens with all that. But yeah. If they ever bring the Reach from Blue Beetle lore, I would see Mark Strong as the leader for them. And there you go. And I'm pretty sure if they're going to do that animated series, the Reach is definitely coming. That's probably going to be the next. It's going to be the search for Cord, and it's going to be the search, and then of course the Reach is going to be probably the main, villain, in when it comes to the animated series for sure. All right, guys. Make sure you guys are subscribed. If you want to take part in the members only stream, become a member, join the family, and we'll talk a little bit after this for just a little bit because I do have another stream. I got to do it in about 40 minutes, so we'll talk a little bit about that. You can pick my brain a little bit, and I'll see you guys. Look for it on your feeds. Everybody else, I'll see you guys on Friday for the Vox stream. Then we'll be talking about some of that fan film when it comes to Red Sun Genesis. Should be fun. Should be fun. All right, guys. Love ya. Always great talking to you. Got a little bit of wine left, so cheers. Cheers to Willie Mays, for sure. Cheers to Willie Mays. All right, guys. See you guys Friday. Remember, see you in a little bit. All right, talk to you later.